Cause I like it, but I don't know. I don't even remember what the fuck I have to do.
Green blood, do you need something?
I wondered if you ever felt lonely.
I always do. Why, do you want to rectify this?
What the fuck?
And what if I said yes?
Well, I'd be grateful, I suppose. But sadly, Greenblood, you're not quite my type. Anything else?
Okay, that's good. I don't know what I did.
I must leave you.
Just find the Charlotte. Yeah, I know, you told me, and I was looking for on eBay, and it's quite expensive. But I still don't know what's the difference, because I have it for Xbox.
Is your hat out of style? Does
Who's
your
the
vest
freaking
belong
shower?
to last year's fashion?
Search anywhere.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still, this little vial is the product of years of research and intensive labor. I hear you asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A file only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take two.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him?
Man, for some reason the controller, they're like too responsive, and you know, it just, and it goes like really fast, and I don't like that shit.
He'll serve us the same route.
Chicks.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I swear you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Take a look at his what? Cart?
Have you finally made up your mind?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
I will think about it.
As you wish, but don't wait long. It won't last forever.
Oh, it's a cart. Oh, yeah.
To my help! And death to the others!
That's not the chart.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look.
Think
The
some
vial is still
poison.
sealed.
I don't know,
It
'cause I
comes
haven't played
straight
this
from your
game.
stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief.
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
I really like the menu of this game. That's greedfall.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin? Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain
Man, the
great
switches
minds at
are
the
really
Academy.
expensive right
To
now.
criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons to find a remedy to the malachor they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred. Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the malachor.
So you manipulate people to use this experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me, it's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too, if you're an accomplice.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped. He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
And so you plan on waiting here? I do not advise that. All of you drank one of those potions, am I right?
You're right, we did. Tasted of death. I did nothing for me ulcer.
As for me, I only drank a few drops. And my tooth is aching more than ever.
Alas, you need only drink a mere drop for it to provoke paralysis.
Paralysis?
A terrible side effect. The symptoms appear sooner or later, No one is spared from them.
What? Are we doomed then?
Everyone. Except, of course, those going to see a doctor to receive the antidote.
What are we gonna do? The doctor costs a fortune. We're all gonna end up like statues.
Listen to me, everyone. I know a good doctor that will help us. Come on, follow me!
That charlatan will just have to wait to get what's coming to him.
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahib.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
Good day, Tavern Keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son allowance, it would seem.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels. I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
Don't you have metal dowels?
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
No, I haven't been able to.
In that case, you...
Ay,
Oh,
Dios
the
mío,
fu-
¿cómo carajo?
I need to be.
Goodbye.
for nothing, but this game is beautiful.
You'll find all you need in our selection, whatever you need to be. Welcome. It's such a pleasure. Have you seen anything to your liking? Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
You still there?
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
I tracked down your man near the coin guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. Why should I deliver him to you? You deliberately hid the truth about him from me.
What? Might I remind you that you're in audience with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance?
And you to a legate of the Congregation of Merchants, that you treat like an imbecile. This man is indeed an alchemist of the bridge, and he told me much about your disagreement of opinion.
And of course you sided with him.
Certainly not. I have no part to play in your quarrels. I just chased him from our city. Now, if you're still intent on placing him in irons, you need to capture him on your own lands.
How embarrassing. I should have shown more honesty in your regard. Please accept my excuses. And this modest gift for the voyage that awaits you.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
They fucked up.
Your Excellency.
Lord...
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Now that your affair is taken care of, are you planning on helping the historians I spoke to you about?
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
I need to be going.
Goodbye.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
retro games or newer ones? Because right now my eyes are set on the Panzer Dragoon Saga, but that's just too expensive. But for new games, I want a venture of Trials
Good day,
of Mana
Excellency. Sir
that they're gonna do a
Desade,
remake.
to what do I owe the pleasure?
Yeah, like right now, I mean,
It pains me to
talks
inform
to a
you
guy
that the heretics you seek have fled.
that he has the whole collection, but he
How could
wanted
that
to sell it
possibly
for
have happened?
$1,200, and I said I'm not gonna pay for that.
After I heard the case they made for themselves, I decided to let them escape.
What are you saying?
They convinced me that your accusations have nothing to do with heresy, and that their only crime was discovering historical truths denied by Ptolemy.
And you gave credence to the lies preferred by these blasphemers. Their historical truths are nothing but nonsense, fabricated to undermine the foundations of Ptolemy. The simple act to have proffered such horrors proves the fact that they are heretics. I fear that your youth and kind heart has blinded you, Desade. That is a shame. I was expecting more from a young legate who seemed sensitive to our magic.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Desade.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I wanna check like after this shit pass, I wanna check like in pounds or yard sales, because the prices on Panzer Dragoon games are ridiculous, like expensive. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting. Yeah, I know, but the thing is, if you buy them online, you have to pay tax, shipping, you know, all that shit. So, I don't know. Like I said, the guy that's selling the Panzer Dragoon Saga is online, and
Good day.
if I pay, let's say,
Someone told me that you're a
he's
friend
selling
of
it for
Jonas's,
$1,200.
the young
The
cabin boy
1,
who's
2,
gone
and
missing.
That's
the
right,
Panzer
yeah.
Dragoon Saga.
Are you looking
So I
for
will be
him?
paying like
Yes.
$100
Your
more
captain
for
asked me to go and
taxes,
find him.
and I ain't gonna
Happy
do
to
that.
hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator and an excellent leader of men.
Yeah,
He
it's
knows
true.
his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Why? I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than
You like
others,
Fire
and when
Emblem?
you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Oh, because I have the new Fire Emblem game. I had it since it came out. I never played it and wanted to stream it. Not today, but after I finish like when I finish this game or Remnant or Final Fantasy. This game reminded me a little bit of
Good day, sailor.
Witcher.
I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand. Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this
What?
to the
You
captain?
didn't like The Witcher?
Unfortunately not.
Man, you're wrong.
I know all too well what weight my words carry.
Fuck.
Even
Man, The
Flavia
Witcher.
treated me
Well,
like
the
a
first
drunken
one,
fool.
it didn't.
The
I hate the
captain.
gameplay.
No,
The second one, the
not
third
telling him
one,
that. I still have some
fucking
pride
awesome,
left.
man. I
You
got
get
The
me?
Witcher for everything: Xbox, PC, PS4, and Switch. And I'm really good at that game. Like
Did
I can
Jonas seem
finish the
troubled to
game
you the night you disappeared?
on
Maybe.
Death
For
March
sure he
since the
wasn't his
beginning.
usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No
And I
idea.
have all the books and everything.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
God damn, their frames. They're dropping like crazy. God damn. Well, where I used to live back in PR, that always happened, so it's not
Well
like
then, were you able to
when
repair it all?
No,
thunder.
I haven't been able
This
to
is
sort them
so
out.
In
imagine
that
the
case,
sounds
you need to pay me,
is
sir.
loud. It makes everything shakes.
Oh, the...
So
I'm looking for a
I'm
Nord,
alright. Used
a young
to it.
cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A naught, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
Hey, have you
According to
played
one of his
Infected
fellows, he would
for
have been
PSP?
taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You should jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time
forgot
lying
what
in
I
the
asked you.
pouches of sailors coming
My
through.
bad.
Where might I
What did
find
I
him
ask
at
you
this
again?
time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
I forgot what I asked you, man.
Who are you?
Ah, Infected,
I
yeah.
don't recognize you.
God.
Am I in your
God
debt?
damn, what happened to me?
No. Have no fear about that.
Yeah, Infected
It's for a
is a
different reason
zombie
that I'm
game for
here.
PSP.
I'm looking for a Naught that
Pretty- it's
disappeared
fun.
2 days ago. After visiting this establishment, a young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty.
You like
And
the
then they
Persona
finally
games?
And after that?
It just so happens that I did
Oh, I
go
got
out for
3
a
viewers.
breather.
Whoa.
Needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
What? Boring? God damn, man.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in.
You don't
with
know
a
what you're
band
talking
of
about.
strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. Needed
I
some
guess
fresh
guys
air.
of Arcadia
And I
for
think I might well have
Dreamcast.
seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the
And
man.
Grandia.
It was Sir
Or
Fontaine,
Grandia.
that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
I might stream it someday when I finish. Because right now, like I told you, I'm trying to finishing games. So I'm trying to finish this one. God damn. They kill me? Oh, bullshit. So yeah, I'm trying to finish this game, Retnan and Magic Knight. You know,
He's completely owned by his love for the game.
the game for
think we can
Saturn that
trust
was
him?
playing
What
the
was
other
the
day,
game
and
from Life?
Matrix.
I have no idea.
After I finished those,
But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
my stream. Well, no, because I want to play all the Castlevania games. So. No, Mighty. No, Mighty Man. I think Castlevania. Dark Souls 3. I might play it. I have a friend that have it, and he told me to play with him. So I might. I got it for Xbox and for PC. I might play with him. The thing is, I love Dark Souls, but it's like I have so many games that I just want to finish them. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to play the games
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
already have.
He is absent,
I already
but
played.
the lady of the house
Excuse
could
me.
certainly receive you.
So I already finished
Enter,
Dark
please.
Souls 3 a bunch of time for Xbox. I might play for PC because I have it, but I never play it for PC. What the fuck she said? I don't know what she said.
Might I help you, sir?
I need to be going.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
And I like the world building of this game. You know, the lore of this world. Really cool. No, I would say that this game's more like The Witcher. The gameplay is more or less like Fable. You know what? I would say this game's like Fable. Have you played Fable? What, man? Like, we don't agree in any game. How you find freaking Witcher and Fable boring?
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor
Man,
the terms of
fucking
a
love
contract.
Witcher.
A contract?
Especially the second
But
one.
what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract.
Have you played the second one?
In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations
Yeah, my
even
brother's
trade
like
some of their
that too.
subjects
He
before
loves
war.
RPGs,
I
but
wouldn't be able to tell
when
you
you
the
create
condition
your
of
own
Jonas's
character.
contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
Come on, man.
I've had a word
What
with
about
Lady
the third
Fontaine.
one?
You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nauts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nauts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require
Yeah, you
children
can
to
say
be
that.
offered in exchange. From time to
Well,
time,
like
the
Spain are like
congregation has
more or less like
passed
the
such a chord,
Renaissance.
and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Norks as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Yeah, because for some reason Americans think that if you speak Spanish, you are a native or you're poor or minority. When Spanish actually comes from Spain, from Europe, and Spaniards they are white.
I wish you a good day.
They don't even call it Spanish; they call the language Castellano.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
They are white people, not technically they are.
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true. Completely false. He...
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Prison? But what would be the charges?
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a naught that you kidnapped and locked up. In the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the interests of the congregation at great risk.
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother who is looking only to recover her child. We didn't kidnap our own son. And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy.
Have you played Vampire? It's really good, man. It's an RPG, but mostly, how to say this, like,
Here we are. Be careful.
it's more like a
Fontaine won't be
narrative
alone.
game.
He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try
Well,
to
the
remain
gameplay's
discreet.
kinda like Dark Souls. But it's really good.
Sir Desade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious predicament. Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son
Some
unto the Naughts.
Mexicans are
All
Native
children leave
American.
the nest one day
Like
or
the one
another,
that
sir.
you can notice
Farewell.
they're brown. But a lot of Mexicans they're mixed with Spaniards and Germans. It's like South America. Like if you go to South America, like Chile, a lot of them they have a lot of Spaniards in their blood.
It's not possible just now.
God, the other French not letting me play.
Who are you?
My name is de Sardet. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend
actually,
his arm a little.
America is the whole continent.
That doesn't surprise
so
me.
If they travel to America,
He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your
The
parents.
thing is, Americans.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old.
Their country is America.
I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse.
The point of
Hard
Canada
to grow close
to
after
Land
all
of
that.
Fire.
My family is the
how you
Nords.
say in Spanish, Tierra
I
del
am
Fuego
sorry for
in
my
Argentina.
parents,
Oh,
but that
that's
is the way of it
America.
now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother.
So
Then find
all
your
of
way
them,
to
they
the
are
ship.
Native American.
I'll see you there.
Well, the native from Puerto Rico, they're called Taínos, but they were extinguished. You know, they were killed by the Spaniards. So when the Spaniards killed them, they brought Africans. So that's why Puerto Ricans are mixed with native, the Taínos, Africans, and Spaniards. But they actually made a research or a study, but I don't know if it was that we only have 5% of Taino blood or only 5% of the population have Taino blood or something like that. Because for certain, like, the Spaniard killed almost all Tainos. No, that there was a study that it says that we only have 5% of Taino blood, or there's only 5% of the Taino population. Yeah, only 5% of the population have Taino blood. Was some shit like that, I don't remember. Because the Spaniard, like, they kill all the Taino, and the one that weren't killed, they were like rape and mixed. Become mixed.
As you well know, we cannot move without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and no soul to leave a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. Everyone tells the wind. I do thank you. I didn't think we'd go to so much trouble for a cabin. Your actions bring you on.
Be back soon, Captain.
I love the map. The map looks fucking cool. Yeah. And Netherlands too. Yeah, the Dutch.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders.
Yeah.
In fact, I've already had a word with your master at arms.
We're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers for that?
When we've already paid for the merchandise. If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. Do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well,
Well, the French they had two colonies in the Americas, in South America. They had Guyana and Haiti.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
And plus, the French has a lot of colonies in Africa. In Spain too. Oh, the maximum, you know, the how you call, you know, the higher powers at that time: Spain, Portugal, France, and England.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scam. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refuting. It's my master.
this stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I'm certain we can come to an unofficial arrangement. You are clearly the apprentice of a demanding master who expects you to follow orders without raising a brow. Life in your shoes can't be easy. Perhaps we could help you take the weight of your fate.
And what would I have to do in exchange? If I give you the merchandise, my master will still demand the price you're supposed to pay me.
Not if you were robbed. By pure chance. I mean, it could happen to anyone. What if the guards leave a little extra bonus for you as you look away? And while you're making yourself busy elsewhere, some of my men break in and collect their merchandise.
I don't think that global warming is going to end.
The dastardly boldness of your face in front of your master, and we're done.
Because there's still countries like doing what they're doing, you know, contaminating.
All right, done. I'm with you. As soon as I've received my bonus.
And plus, go look for news in Ukraine. There's a huge fire where Chernobyl is, and that's spreading radiation. It's getting everything like bad.
You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us. To my help! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
So what do you think?
I'm sorry.
I think neither of them. I think it's cause and effect. Obviously, if you don't contaminate,
Sir Desade,
like you stop contaminating,
an honor to make your acquaintance.
stuff is gonna
Captain,
get
you set
better.
sail soon?
Like for example,
Have you seen to our little business?
there's not that many
Yes,
people outside,
we were
so
finally
they're not
able to
using
recover
cars,
our
so
merchandise.
the
Excellent
fumes
news.
are not contaminating the
I'm
air,
afraid, though,
so you
that
will
your
not see
mission
pollution. You know what I mean?
completely finished, Kirk.
It's cause and
Blast
effect.
me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the port authority formalities
It's like,
for
for
shipment
example, if
will
you
take
treat,
eternity
let's say
to
you
wait.
treat
And we've
someone
already lost
bad,
quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
and you are a bully. Eventually, the guy that's getting bullied is gonna stand up,
Never ask you to do such
you
a
know,
thing, Your Excellency.
against you. So
But you
that's
don't
Earth.
mind
We're
asking
treating
out of
Earth bad, and eventually it's gonna
If he
hit us
finds
back.
an
You know what I mean?
alternative solution that is less illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
Yeah, that's true. Especially here in the United States. You see all those people like protesting against the quarantine. It's like, motherfucker. Especially all of them are boomers, you know what I mean? Like, if you wanna die, just die. And honestly, I don't care. They think it's fake. It's like, dude, just look at New York, what's happening. And people don't believe it. So you just, that shows like how crazy
Impossible. You're too
this
late.
country is, you know what I mean?
All merchandise must be registered.
That
and
people
reported
care
to
about
the
more a
port.
haircut than their
So, unless you
health.
agree to
I understand the economy part. That's what I think
I wouldn't go that
they
far.
should like before going to war. They should
Talking about a few
test people
crates
and
after
shit.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship
Well.
for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to get into conspiracy stuff.
Get these crates on board?
Listen here, I haven't forgotten what you did for our Jonas. I would gladly do it for you. My quartermaster is more stubborn than the tide. He is convinced that thugs want to use our vessel to bring who knows what aboard. And, because of that, he's placed guards to watch over the registered merchandise before they load it up. All that I can do for you is to wipe your crates into the ship's manifest. If you manage to get them into the warehouse, they'll find their way into the ship's hold. And with the manifest, crazy Gustavo won't see nothing but smoke. Please try and avoid roughing up those brave guards. They are my fellow Norts.
Be back soon, Captain.
So ask your friend this: what does, I don't know, what's the purpose of creating a virus just for the economy to crash?
They might let us in.
You know what I mean?
Unless we just offered them a drink.
What's the
These sailors
purpose?
rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Orders haven't changed, you know. No one passes.
Did you hear the bell?
The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Teleme, you know. You better get going. The harbour master.
Oh, it's a fact that it takes a year to make a vaccine, a year or more.
Must be something serious.
Damn, we didn't hear either. We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your absence.
God damn, good frames.
The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
That's the problem with conspiracy people. Like, I like conspiracies, but you know, at some extent, you know, I'm not gonna go full retard. You know what I mean? There's some stuff that I'll say, oh, that makes sense and shit, but. Like, there's people that believe that freaking Earth is plane, you know, like flat. So hey, we live in a free country. You can believe whatever you want, as long as you don't hurt anybody. Even though that doesn't erase the fact that you might be a retard thinking like that, you know. I have to recite them over here. We don't have enough signs. God damn. Yeah, that's why I say free. There's a lot of countries that they think they classify them as third world country, but they're more free than the so-called free country that you cannot, you are enslaved in a lot of stuff. Like, you have to have car insurance, you have to have health insurance, if not they're gonna give you a ticket. You cannot be without a shirt drinking a beer in your, in your Porsche. Like, a lot of stupid shit. I know, like, at least you're allowed to own a tiger. God damn, what the fuck's happening with this shit? Let me see. I'm gonna use a USB.
Orders haven't changed, you know. No one passes.
Did you hear the bell?
The bell? Of the port authorities?
Of course. We're not in Teleme, you know. You better get going. The harbour master is ringing it. All the Nauts must rendezvous at the port authority immediately. Must be something serious.
Damn, we didn't hear either. We're done for. Come on, we need to move fast.
Be off with you. I'll watch over the warehouse in your...
What do I have to do? do something here. I need to prepare that shit, but I don't know how to. I think that's every country. I think any civilization they only care about money. It's science, but how do I do that kind of science? Fuck, I need to be in level 5. I need to be in level 5? Fuck.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
Yeah, I know. There's no point, but hey.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can
At least you can live in a nice mansion.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes.
Yeah, but I know what you're
Just like
saying,
new.
man.
Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin then?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin...
Man, how old are you? Did you sound like you are really... How do you say
Thank you
this?
for the information.
Off with you.
Yeah.
Get him out of
The
whatever
stress
mess he's
about
got
the
himself into.
planet
Seemed like
situation.
a courageous fellow who could down his pipe. Anything else?
I need to be off.
Goodbye.
Man, I'm almost 30. Sadly. Shit. There has to be a way so I can. We can get a science point.
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Orders haven't changed, you know.
Did you hear the bell? Of course. Be off.
But I'm afraid it's like a war, man. Because I know if there's a third world war, no one's gonna win that shit.
Well now, can we get going?
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse
What I'm afraid of is a third world war.
Move out. Quick
Because
steps.
I know no one's gonna win that shit. And like, I believe like war on some point like it's unnecessary. Like, why would you fight another person that probably has a family just because two old guys don't like each other? Why they don't fight instead? Like young people dying. Shit. Yeah. Mutants and shit.
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch you.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin
Yeah,
to
I
these
know.
silly fellows.
But I feel like in wars there's no clear good people. I think everyone has their hidden agenda.
It's not possible just now. It's blocked. It's not possible just now.
Like for example in the Hispanic-American War, the only reason the United States helped Cuba is because they wanted Cuba for themselves. And because Cuba resisted, so they took as a loot of war Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Guam, Philippines. So So you were in college? You were studying something?
I don't have the key.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress. Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Never seen him happy about anything when it comes to me. You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Oh, nice.
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
If they haven't spotted us, we could sneak out of here silently. We have a ship to board.
You've always been a reasonable soul. Don't you think these brutes deserve a punishment?
Yes, without a doubt. But don't you think there are more pressing matters? Kurt.
It is your highness's decision to make. Whatever it is, I shall follow.
I'm really digging this game. It's really good. Man, so you like finance? Because I was in university for 6 years and I was about to graduate. Then Maria happens, so I couldn't finish. I only have literally 15 credits left to graduate, but I was doing 2 bachelors, one in French, the other in history, with 2 minors, one in politics and the other in philosophy. And I love it, but then again I was thinking like, shit, I cannot get a job with those stuff, you know what I mean? So I wasted 6 years of my life. But then again, I don't wanna have a computer. Oh shit, what a dumbass. Where did I do? No, I never party and shit. Oh, that's good. A retro game. That's a really cool idea, man. I always wanted like to have like a cafe. You know that people rent like time to play online video games. You have the consoles and all that shit. You can have old games too. Especially like for online games, like say you have 6 PlayStation with Call of Duty, and people rent like I don't know, like $7 an hour, and you can play. And after that, you know what I mean? That would be good. signs too.
Sir?
Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of FREN. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager
Limestone.
to discover FREN. My isle.
How far is it find his
You'll
clothes?
need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic porches, as big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nords even brought one back in one of their ships.
Your Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
So good to see you. My father may have
Yeah, if you
been
really
very
want it,
outraged
you'll
or
get it.
disappointed, but he's never worried. I am sad to have caused you any worry. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when, ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel in distress.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsillon. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, Desade?
What will be your official title on FREN? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor.
Well, I never was
Nothing more.
into
But
like
His Highness has also
mansions
asked me
and
to
lambos.
report
Like,
on certain
honestly, I don't care about
strategic
money.
observations. I am therefore required
I just
take
wanted to
note
be
of all
like
events,
happy, like
chart the
live
island
as simple
and
as
its
possible.
resources, but also obtain as
That's
much
why,
knowledge
like,
as
one of my
possible
dreams is like to
concerning the
have
more
my own coffee
dangerous
plantation
creatures of the island.
and grow my own
Your
coffee and
help
sell
will
it.
be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, piss-distilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this. What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it! Help!
Come now. Let's lend them a hand.
Oh damn!
Watch out! Take a step back, sir!
No, they cannot sail.
Captain!
The ship is
Keep my
broken.
cousin safe!
That's some bullshit. How the fuck am I supposed? Ah, parry. Shit. Yeah. Like, I thought it was boring, but it's actually really cool. Let's see if I can equip something good. I don't know how to. How can I use the weapon? Like guns. I don't know what button is it. I use this shit. Let me see. Controller. Weapon away. Let's go do. I don't know how to use my gun. Give me a minute, man. I have to do something. I'll be back. That's some bullshit. How can I use? Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh fuck. Nice.
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious. I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
It was broken.
Gentlemen! Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He is a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Stations, lads! Weigh anchor and ready hot to wear. Lively now, lively! Catch me a wind!
Charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... Indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you are quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the lords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
Not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are!
To your health.
Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain?
He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral.
Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
I've been scullied.
How so?
Hey, what's
My
up?
admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services. I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it.
She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service for a while.
Yeah, every time.